What if you went to bed tonight and woke up tomorrow noticeably smarter? What if the fog of mental fatigue lifted, your thoughts became sharper, and solutions to problems that stumped you yesterday suddenly appeared clear as day? It sounds like science fiction, a fantasy reserved for movies and comic books. But what if we told you that modern neuroscience and psychology have uncovered a series of simple, almost secret habits that can rewire your brain while you sleep, leading to a tangible leap in cognitive function by morning? The key isn't in a magic pill or a bizarre ritual. It's hidden in the subtle, overlooked corners of your daily routine. In this video, we're revealing 10 of these powerful, intelligence-boosting habits. Stick around, because by the end, you'll have a clear, actionable blueprint to unlock a faster, more creative, and more powerful version of your mind, starting as soon as tonight.
Habit 1. The curiosity jar. Let's start with a habit that seems almost too simple. Keeping a curiosity jar. Imagine this. At the end of each day, you take 60 seconds to write down one single burning question on a small slip of paper and drop it in a jar. It could be anything. Why is the sky blue? How do airplanes actually stay in the air? Or even, what would happen if I tried a completely new route to work tomorrow? This isn't about finding the answers right away. The magic is in the act of questioning itself. When you consciously formulate a question, you are essentially sending a direct command to your brain's reticular activating system, a tiny but powerful filter that tells your subconscious what to pay attention to. By planting that question seed just before sleep, you prime your mind to start connecting dots in the background, often leading to surprising aha moments the next day. This nightly ritual transforms you from a passive consumer of information into an active, curious explorer of your world. And that shift alone is a massive intelligence booster. But what you consume before bed matters just as much, which leads us to our next counterintuitive habit. Habit 2. Strategic digital sunset. We've all heard the advice to avoid screens before bed, but this goes much deeper. The secret habit isn't just about reducing blue light, it's about executing a strategic digital sunset 90 minutes before you sleep. This means no more endless, mindless scrolling through social media feeds or binge-watching intense dramas. Why? Because your brain doesn't just shut off. It spends the night processing and filing away everything you fed it before bed. If your last mental meal is a chaotic stream of negative news, social comparisons, and fast-paced entertainment, that's the raw material your brain has to work with. Instead, the intelligence-boosting switch is to consume slow, complex, and meaningful content. Listen to an in-depth podcast on a fascinating topic, read a few pages of a dense nonfiction book, or even watch a detailed documentary. You're giving your sleeping brain a complex puzzle to solve, not junk food to digest. This forces it to build stronger neural pathways as it works to consolidate that high-quality information, literally making you wiser overnight. And to ensure that update installs properly, you need to master the next habit. Habit 3, the failure log. This next habit might sound paradoxical, but it's a powerhouse for building intelligent resilience. Keep a failure log. Right before you turn off the light, take 2 minutes to jot down one small mistake or failure you experienced that day. Maybe you fumbled a presentation, said something awkward, or failed to complete a task. But here's the critical twist. You must follow it with one single lesson you learned from it. This practice completely reframes failure from a mark of shame into a data point for growth. Neuroscience shows that when we analyze our mistakes, the brain activates regions associated with complex problem solving and learning, strengthening those circuits. By doing this right before sleep, you're essentially telling your brain, this is important learning material, please process and integrate it. You wake up with a clearer understanding of what not to do and a more resilient mindset that sees every setback as a stepping stone for growth. It's like giving your brain a software update based on real-world experience. And to ensure that update installs properly, you need to master the next habit. Habit 4. Temperature tinkering. What if you could hack your bedroom's environment to force your brain into a deeper, more restorative sleep cycle? The secret lies in temperature tinkering. The goal is to lower your body's core temperature by about 1 to 2 degrees, which is a biological signal that tells your brain it's time for deep, slow-wave sleep. This isn't just restful sleep. This is the prime time when your brain flushes out metabolic toxins, solidifies memories, and forms new neural connections, the very foundation of learning and intelligence. The habit is simple. About an hour before bed, take a warm bath or shower.
This might seem counterintuitive, but the warm water draws blood to your skin's surface, and when you step out, your body radiates that heat away, causing a significant drop in core temperature. Combine this with keeping your bedroom cool around 65 Fahrenheit or 18 degrees Celsius. This 1-2 punch creates the perfect internal environment for your brain to perform its overnight maintenance and upgrade, leaving you sharper and more alert in the morning. Habit 5, the gratitude reframe. You've probably heard that gratitude is good for you, but we're going to use it as a precise cognitive tool. The intelligence-boosting habit is a nightly gratitude reframe, but with a specific focus on people. Instead of just being grateful for things, think of one person who caused you a minor frustration or challenge during the day. Then, force yourself to mentally reframe the situation and find one genuine reason to be grateful for them, or that interaction. Maybe your micromanaging boss is inadvertently teaching you extreme attention to detail. Perhaps that argumentative friend is honing your debate skills and forcing you to clarify your own thoughts. This isn't about fake positivity. It's a rigorous mental exercise in cognitive flexibility. It forces your brain to break out of its well-worn neural ruts of annoyance and see the same situation from a completely new, productive angle. This ability to shift perspectives on demand is a hallmark of high-level emotional and social intelligence, and practicing it nightly trains your brain to do it automatically.
Habit 6. Sensory deprivation. In our world of constant sensory overload, one of the most powerful habits for your brain is to practice strategic sensory deprivation before sleep. We're not talking about floating tanks, but about creating moments of pure, quiet darkness. For the last 10 minutes before you close your eyes, lie in bed with the lights off and no audio input. No podcasts, no music, no nothing. In this profound silence, something remarkable happens in your brain. The default mode network, a web of brain regions, kicks into high gear. This network is responsible for self-reflection, consolidating memories, and, most importantly for intelligence, making creative connections between seemingly unrelated ideas. It's when you're not actively focusing on anything that your brain does its most brilliant, insightful work. By deliberately gifting your mind this quiet space, you're essentially giving it a blank canvas to paint on, often leading to the spontaneous insights and solutions that feel like they come out of nowhere. This quiet time is a gift to your future, more creative self. Habit 7. The locus shift. Here's a mental habit that can rewire a lifetime of stress-induced brain fog in just a few minutes. It's called the locus shift. Before sleep, review a problem that's been worrying you. Now make a conscious shift in your locus of control. Ask yourself, what is the one smallest, simplest part of this problem that is 100% within my control to change or influence tomorrow? The key is to make it incredibly small. If you're stressed about a big project, your locus shift could be, I will spend just 10 minutes outlining the first section, or I will email one person to ask a single clarifying question. This habit does two things for your intelligence. First, it forces your brain out of the anxious, helpless amygdala hijack state and into the prefrontal cortex, the center for rational planning and execution. Second, by defining a tiny, actionable step, you give your sleeping brain a specific, solvable puzzle to work on, rather than a vague, overwhelming monster. You wake up not with dread, but with a clear, immediate mission that makes the problem feel manageable. Habit 8. Neuronutrition timing. You are what you eat, but the when can be just as important for your brain. The secret habit is neuronutrition timing, specifically around a nutrient called tryptophan. Tryptophan is an amino acid that your brain uses to manufacture serotonin and then melatonin, the sleep hormone. Consuming a small tryptophan-rich snack about 30 to 60 minutes before bed can enhance this natural process. Think a small handful of walnuts, a single slice of turkey, or a half cup of plain Greek yogurt. The trick is to pair it with a small amount of complex carbohydrates, like a few whole grain crackers, which help shuttle the tryptophan into the brain. This isn't about a heavy meal, it's a targeted nutritional signal. By providing the raw building blocks for sleep chemistry at the right time, you're optimizing the quality of your sleep architecture, ensuring you get more of the deep and REM sleep stages where memory consolidation and neural repair happen most efficiently. Habit 9. Memory Palace Prep. This habit taps into an ancient memorization technique used by Roman orators, but we're going to use it as a pre-sleep intelligence booster. It's called the memory palace preparation. As you lie in bed with the lights off, don't try to memorize anything. Instead, simply choose a familiar location, like your own home, and mentally walk through it in as much vivid sensory detail as you can. Feel the texture of the front door handle, see the specific color of the walls, smell what's in the air. The goal is to strengthen your hippocampus, the brain's central memory hub. Studies show that simply using spatial navigation and memory in this way, even without trying to store new information, bulks up this critical brain region. A larger and more active hippocampus doesn't just mean a better memory for facts. It's linked to better overall cognitive function and a reduced risk of cognitive decline. You are quite literally doing weightlifting for your memory center, making it stronger and more efficient with every mental walk you take. Habit 10. The subconscious brief. For our final and most powerful habit, we're going to directly commission your subconscious mind. It's called the subconscious brief. In the moments before you drift off, when your mind is in a suggestible, hypnagogic state, give your brain a clear, positive, and forward-looking command. Don't focus on a problem like, "I'm bad at my job." Instead, frame it as a mission. Say to yourself with intention, "While I sleep, I want my mind to find new, creative ways to improve my workflow," or "show me a fresh perspective on that conversation I need to have tomorrow." This isn't magical thinking, it's strategic priming. You are setting the agenda for your brain's overnight processing power. Your subconscious is an incredible pattern recognition engine, and by giving it a clear brief, you're directing its vast resources toward a specific, valuable goal. Countless inventors, artists, and scientists have woken up with breakthroughs after doing a version of this. You are officially putting your subconscious to work on your behalf, turning your sleep time into your most productive hours. And there you have it, 10 seemingly small but profoundly powerful habits designed to upgrade your brain from the inside out. This isn't about a single monumental change, but about the compound effect of these subtle nightly rituals. From priming your curiosity and feeding your brain quality information, to reframing your failures and giving your subconscious a direct mission, you now possess the tools to transform your sleep from a period of rest into an active workshop for building a sharper, faster, and more resilient intelligence. Remember, cognitive transformation is a journey, not a destination. It's the consistent application of these small, smart habits that rewires your neural pathways, builds your cognitive reserve, and unlocks the potential that has been waiting inside you all along. Start tonight. Pick just one or two of these habits that resonated most with you and give them a try. Your future, smarter self will thank you for it. If you found this guide to unlocking your mind's potential helpful, then do us a favor and subscribe to FactSpark Wave for more mind-blowing facts and daily motivation.